Hi there, this is Dianne Hanks, the special makeover session about shine. You know, it's very, very interesting, the whole dichotomous relationship. What does dichotomous mean? It means on the one hand this and on the other hand that. And like you love flowers, and then there's a certain kind you don't like, and then of course that's the one that always blooms every year is the one you're not crazy about. So like people say, wow, you just shine, which is fantastic, you want to shine, but you don't want to be shiny. If you are, I'm just looking at my face and I'm like, oh my gosh, when did this happen? I tend to have real oily skin, and I've heard, I mean, people have told me that it's a good thing to have oily skin, that you tend less to wrinkle than if you have dry skin, but when I have oily skin, it's not very fun. So I wanted to talk about how to get rid of this shine, because the kind of shining that you want to do is from within, that you radiate, and not that your skin is shiny and oily looking. Because what happens is it gets really distracting if you're looking at somebody who has a face that's super shiny and oily, and you know what I'm talking about. I remember there was a woman in the hospital who was just the most darling little thing, but I couldn't get past the fact that her face was ready to just slide off. It was just so full of grease. So I have a few different alternatives here. I have my very favorite one, which are, these are just rice, they're like rice paper, and they absorb oil, and they come in little packs. They're so great to like pop in your purse. They have them in the grocery store. I sell these. They're not expensive. This one is $5 for a pack of 75. Now watch this. What's so great about these is they're super thin. You put them on, and instead of putting on something like powder, you take off excess oil. And it doesn't hurt your makeup, it doesn't do anything but absorb that excess oil. So, but what if you don't have these? What do? I mean, a lot of people use the traditional, you know, I have a little, see, look at the difference in the two sides of my face. You can even see the difference that kind of shine makes. You may have a powder, you know, like a loose powder, and put some of that on. But see, again, you're putting on something instead of taking off something. So that's why this is my first choice. The other thing that you can do is, if you don't have these little tissue things, you can just grab a regular tissue, a Kleenex, and gently press. And that will do, it won't last quite as long because the other one is specifically designed to absorb oil. But another little tip, like let's say you're in a restaurant or something and you excuse yourself to go powder your nose, and while you're in the little bathroom stall, you know, the little bathroom seat protectors, you can use those. Turn it over to the non-shiny side and do the same thing that you would do with one of these, which is you just press, and you're not going to rub it at all, you just gently press. Because, you know, you want to just be fresh and lovely. You don't want to be gross. And the other part that I've noticed sometimes people forget is inside their ears. It doesn't mean that they're dirty, they're just part of your face. You know, I remember reading an article when I was a younger woman. That was one of Brooke Shields' little beauty tips, was to put blush on her ears. I wonder if she still does that. But that always, you know, impressed me. So now here we go. I should be all absorbed, fresh, lovely, ready to go. And now what shines? Me, not my skin. So be mindful of that little special you know, that you're the one that shines and not your skin. So there are other tips if you do have oily skin that perhaps you need more moisturizer. I know that sounds like a crazy suggestion, but a lot of times your body is overproducing because you're trying to strip the oils, and so that's probably why it may be doing an excessive production of that sebum, you know, that special oil. So check on that, and if that's what it is, that'll put a halt to that. Otherwise, take care of it. Thanks for watching. I'm Dianne Hanks.